I'm not a fan of horror films, but after watching the creepy, suspense-filled Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele, my favorite movie has left me never wanting to meet my girlfriend's parents. Chris, our main character, is an African American dating a Caucasian girlfriend. They drive upstate to visit the girlfriend's parents. When the couple meets the parents, you can feel the unwanted feeling Chris is having as he is in the house. Later that night, Chris can't fall asleep and goes outside to smoke a cigarette. When he goes outside, he sees one of the maids inside acting strange. As he turns around, a man running from the fields at full speed is coming towards him. In many horror films, it seems the character is falling into a stupid trap the audience can see coming. In this film, Chris seemed to have one eye opened. He walks inside, and his girlfriend's mom, the hypnotist, is sitting down. She tells him that smoking is bad and to sit down with her. As he sits down, she slowly asks him deeper and deeper questions. She adds sound perspective as she twirls her spoon around her cup of tea. The cup of tea is a motif in the story that occurs different times to knock out Chris into the sunken place. Chris is now hypnotized and in the sunken place. The use of three-dimensional space and point-of-view angles really make you feel you are in the sunken place with him. Chris is in a space-like area, falling away from what appears to be what he sees out of his own eyes. As the film goes on, the feeling of being unwanted shifts to wanted. The family has a party, and not only are all the people white, but act like they're his best friends. The girlfriend's dad uses the phrase, "my man," too much. The film opening provided us with a basis for what is to come. At the beginning of the film, a man is kidnapped. Later in the film, he is seen getting a drink at the bar. Chris goes up to him and says, "Glad to see another brother around here." The other man acts very strange and walks away. After talking with the man, Chris realizes that he recognizes him. Later, when everyone's in a circle talking, Chris tries to take a picture of him. The flash goes off, and for a moment, the man starts staring and gets a bloody nose. He stares at Chris and starts running after him and grabs him and says, "Get out! Get out!" Chris is shaken up after the attack and sits down with his girlfriend by the water. The family asks if he wanted to play bingo, but he insists on not playing. At that time, you realize as the audience that the game of bingo was an auction on buying Chris. Chris wakes up from a fog, strapped to a chair. A TV sits in front of him and turns on. A man explains to him what is happening and that he has purchased him. The motif shows up again as the spoon hits the cup and Chris falls back into the sunken place. But this time, Chris was prepared. He knew that when the spoon hit the cup, he would fall into the sunken place. He stuffed his ears with cotton and fell asleep. When the doctor comes in, Chris is prepared to escape. He knows that every time the spoon hits the cup, he falls into the sunken place. With this knowledge, Chris is able to escape. After killing nearly everybody in his girlfriend's family, he reaches outside. After crashing his car and nearly dying, he gets out with his girlfriend shooting at him. With her is the black man seen earlier in the film running at Chris when he was smoking a cigarette. Parallelism is shown here in the film when Chris takes a picture with flash photography that seems to corrupt the hypnotized mind of the black man. The man then stands up, asks his girlfriend if he can kill him, takes the gun, and shoots her. The man then shoots himself. After this, Chris is lying on the ground and his best friend from airport security comes up and adds comic relief to the end of the story.